Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Tohiba Batrisha binti Nur Hisham, metric number 2118552. So I'll be presenting the author arguments. So for the first author, which is Chen and Hassan, 2006, they argue that risk sharing improve market stability results from more risk sharing knowledge among participants. So participants are more likely to take precautions and make wise choices when they are aware of the risk involved, which lowers the possibility of crisis or market disruptions. Next argument by Admati and Fledera, 2000. They argue that it is increased risk sharing knowledge encourages efficient risk management techniques. So market players can proactively manage and minimize risk when they are aware of the danger involved with their investments or activity. Last but not least, argued by Boot and Takur, 2001, being aware of risk sharing helps the market's effective resource allocation. So participants may deploy resources in a way that matches their risk return preferences when they are fully educated about the hazards. So this results in a more effective allocation of capital and profitable ventures. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Aya Plata. Inshallah, now I will talk about the purpose of articles and important findings. First, a song, 2011. The purpose of this article is to demonstrate the impact of the financial crisis on the liquidity market, as well as significance of disclosure management risk and liquidity information. For important finding, highlight the importance of post-crisis actions in regaining the market participation trust. Second articles on AGO highlights the risk of Sharia non-compliance in the careful operation and raise Sharia compliance awarenesses in the sector. Important findings demonstrate the hazard of diverging from Islamic principles and the significance of adhering to them for the careful enforces stability and success. For the third, Paris to participate in sharing economy 2016. Here identify and address the issue that individuals and businesses experiences when participating in the sharing economy. Important finding assess the impact of these difficulties on stakeholders and provide methods for increasing involvement backed up with case studies and examples.
So the approach considered by these authors, one of it is Hall and Laurie, 2002. This author approach using much. They say that much of the existing evidence about risk preferences is based on laboratory experiments following the methodology. Next by author Gardner, 1993. The approach used by Gardner is by television game. That shows participants. Last but not least, Onagun 2023, the approach considered is by conducting several experiments in rural areas in developing countries, but the stories give mixed results. So I will pass to the next presenter to present the analysis. Thank you.
And now, inshallah, we will analyze some articles. Let's start with Muayyad 2023, which focuses on risk management methods in Islamic banking sector and talks about credit risk, capital investment risk, and liquidity risk, emphasizes the importance of Sharia compliance and effective risk management practices. Also, Francisco Jones 2007 examines the equality, premium, and assets holding in financial markets using a model and discusses the impact of restricted risk sharing among investors and the risk premium. Also, Inago covers the risk and implication of non-compliance with Sharia in the careful business operation. The emphasis is on adhering to Sharia standards and minimizing the risk of non-compliance through effective risk management practices.
My name is Ramira Binti Ahmad Zaki and my metric number is 2215218. Some of the findings that we found while reviewing the article are the first article, which is from Professor Dr. Abdul Salam Ismail Onagun. Takaful undertakings are the only one that face the Sharia non-compliant risk. It can be characterized as a violation of Sharia rules and principles that could lead to the invalidation of contracts under Sharia law. The second findings from an article by Mustafa Muayyad, a number of laws were released by the Central Bank of Iraq that serve as a framework of the management system of Islamic banks. It was also stated in the article that according to the CBI's risk management standard from 2018, credit risk is the risk that results from one party failure to perform its promise in time with the predetermined criteria. Besides, according to the article by Ketam Data, the discontinuation of Alliance Takaful and the reduction of AIG Takaful have already occurred. In its both Takaful reports from 2011 and 2012, Ross and Young noted that capital performance in the DCC Takaful market has fallen short of expectation. This will lead to the future investment and retail of the corporation from taking part in Takaful ventures. The limitation that we found when reviewing the article are from an article by Simplice A. Asongsu. Disclosure in the financial institution risk management procedures necessitates a complex balancing act between competitive objectives. For instance, a high degree of information symmetry and moral hazard may motivate a universal bank to increase the quality of its disclosure. According to Mustafa Muayyad, due to the fact that it mostly stems from the difficulties of swiftly selling assets without suffering significant loss, liquidity risk is one of the obstacles that face Islamic Bank and is regarded as one of their largest problems. Well, based on an article on Volume 10, Issue 39, establishing specialized Islamic stockbroking firms will make it possible to buy and sell stock in full compliance with Sharia, but there is slowing the market expansion and missing out on the advantage of traditional stockbroking, which trades in much larger volumes and enjoys scale economics.
In our report, we state two practical implications, which are unfavorability of sharing system that can lead people to perceive unfavorable repercussion, and also perceived product scarcity has a favorable impact on perceived usability. For the first point, perceived uncertainty has a favorable impact on a perceived difficulty of use and is one of the effects from the risk-sharing awareness. This is thought that to be an antecedent of behavioral incitation and is connected to the sense of control over the activity. Customers who trust business has lower expectation that the act of others would harm them. This is similar unfavorable expectation show up while dealing with a service provider or system that is foreign to the market participant. The perception of uncertainty and risk about the ability to successfully use sharing system may be increased if sharing providers are not trusted. For the second point, the impact on market participant understanding the risk sharing is that perceived product scarcity has a favorable impact on perceived usability. Many people find it difficult to drastically alter their routine from ownership-based to sharing-based systems since sharing system represent a new way to get value commodities. Given that sharing systems are regarded as being high innovative, the adoption of system can be linked to individual innovativeness trait, which have a significant impact on consumers' willingness to try adapt new things such as market concept, technology, and product.